Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. It's Rock'n'Roll Spot coming at you with the second Planeswalker deck unboxing or video for my Core Set 2020 unboxing series. So, earlier we did black, white, and red. Now we're going to do green and blue. We'll start off with green. This time we got our knife handy, so right at the beginning, make it easier to unbox the. Alright. Yeah, we're really good. Some use out of this sucker when we get into HeroClix unboxings. Oh, joking. Alright. Actually, let's hold on just a moment. All of our trash consolidated, so to speak. And like I mentioned earlier with the last of these, yeah, there we go. Alrighty. We opened the boosters that come with them, with the bundle that I bought for this set as well. Okay. And finally, you gotta learn from with these, you know? Okay, so let's get started. Alright, as this is a Planeswalker deck, a green Planeswalker deck, the Central Planeswalker is Vivian, Knight's Avenger. She is a Planeswalker that costs 4 colors and 2 green, enters the battlefield with 3 loyalty counters. You can add a loyalty counter to put 3 +1/+1 counters up to one target creature. Okay. I'm liking this. I'm liking this already. A little pricey, but you know. You can remove one. Reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card. Put that card into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Alright. To be fair, when I run green decks, it would probably be pretty quick that I'd get to a creature, but yeah. And then finally our big one, remove 6. Target creature gets +10/+10 and gains trample until end of turn. Okay, alright, I like that. I really like that. And if it's someone that you've been putting +1/+1 counters on, mix that in, and then so what you could do is add one, put 3 +1/+1 counter on a creature. Then you find a spell with proliferate, bang, loyalty, and +1/+1 counters. Yeah. Oh man, that could be fun. Okay, so moving on to the rest of the deck. Alright, we start off with Wake Root Elemental. It's a 5/5 elemental for 4 colorless and 2 green. For 5 green. You can untap target land you control, and it becomes a 5/5 elemental creature with haste. However, it's still a land. Okay. Next up, we've got the Ethereal Elk. It's a 3/3 elk with trample for 3 colorless and 2 green. When it enters the battlefield, you can grab Vivian, Nature's Avenger. I don't want to sound nice. Vivian, Nature's Avenger, and put it in your hand. Shuffle library if you searched it. Next up is Aggressive Mammoth. It's an 8/8 elephant with trample for 3 colorless and 3 green, and other creatures it gives other creatures you control trample. Okay, I'm kind of digging how each one of these has had someone that gave out a keyword, or gave out an ability. Next up is the Barkhide Troll. It's a 2/2 troll for 2 green. It enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. You can spend 1 colorless and remove a +1/+1 counter from it. And it gains hexproof until end of turn. Okay. Next up, we've got Gnarlback Rhino. So 4/4 Rhino with trample for 2 colorless and 2 green. Oh. Okay, yeah, I forgot to do that. I forgot to do that part. And this part. Alright. Okay. Anyway, whenever you cast a spell that targets Gnarlback Rhino, you draw a card. There are 3 of those and 3 of the Barkhide Troll in the deck. Next up, we've got Greenwood Sentinel. It's a 2/2 elf scout for 1 colorless and 1 green. It's got Vigilance. There are 4 of them. Next up is, after that, we got Silverback Shaman. It's a 5/4 ape shaman with trample for 3 colorless and 2 green. And when it dies, you draw a card. After that comes Vivian's Crocodile. It's a 3/3 Crocodile Spirit for 2 colorless and 1 green. And it gets +1/+1 as long as you control the Vivian Planeswalker. Okay. Next up is Growth Cycle. It's an instant for 1 colorless and 1 green. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. It gets an additional +2/+2 until end of turn for each card named Growth Cycle in your graveyard. Okay. That's neat. Alright, follow that up with Might of the Masses. Oh, Peter's only one. Oh, it's not. Okay, yeah. Might of the Masses is an instant for 1 green. Target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature you control. That's always nasty. Next up, we got Rabid Bite, which is a sorcery for 1 colorless and 1 green. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. Kind of like fighting, but without the retaliatory strike, basically. There's 3 of those. Next up is Season of Growth. It's an enchantment for 1 colorless and 1 green. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, scry 1. To scry, you look at the top card. Look at the top, however many cards it says. In this case, 1 card of your library. You may put that card on the bottom of your library. Whenever you cast a spell that targets a creature you control, draw a card. Okay. And then that is followed up by Titanic Growth. It's an instant for 1 colorless and 1 green. Target creature gets +4/+4 until end of turn. It's kind of taking the place of Giant Growth in Standard. Or, well, sort of. More in the case of it's popping up a lot more often in sets, especially core sets. But Giant Growth is still sticks around because, hey, I mean, 1 green to make a creature to give a creature +3/+3. Okay, I'll take it. And let's see. Our 4 forests, we got this. Followed by this. Next up is this. And finally, that one. I actually rather like this. Of the 4, I like this one the most. Okay, that is the Vivian deck. Personally, I like it. It's not a bad deck at all. All right. Oh, excuse me. Now the finale of the last of the Planeswalker decks. All right. Alright, there's what's out of the box, so those out of the way. And there. Okay, so last one we have is our blue Planeswalker deck. And this focuses on the Planeswalker Mu Yangling, Celestial Wind. She's a blue Planeswalker with an opening loyalty of 5 for 4 colorless and 2 blue. Add 1 loyalty counter to her. Until your next turn, up to 1 target creature gets -5/-0. Okay. Remove 3. Return up to 2 target creatures to their owner's hands. Okay. Remove 7. Creatures you control with flying get +5/+5 until end of turn. Okay, alright, I can see some use to that. Alright, next up we got Dungeon Geist. 3/3 Spirit for 2 colorless and 2 blue with flying. When it enters the battlefield, tap target creature an opponent controls. That creature doesn't untap during its controller's untaps it. Oh, okay, doesn't untap during its controller's untaps that period for as long as you control Dungeon Geist. Ooh. Ow. Nice little fuck you. Next up we got Yangling's Harbinger. It's a 2/4 bird with flying for 3 colorless and 2 blue. This is it. You can grab Yangling Celestial Wind with it. Okay. Next up is Riddlemaster Sphinx. It's a 5/5 Sphinx with flying for 4 colorless and 2 blue. And when it enters the battlefield, you may return target creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. Okay. Alright, next up we've got a couple air elementals. 4/4 elemental with flying for 3 colorless and 2 blue. Followed up by Frost Lynx. 2/2 elemental cat for 2 colorless and 1 blue. When it enters the battlefield, tap target creature an opponent controls. That creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. Okay. Next up we got the Brineborn Cutthroat. 2/1 Merfolk Pirate for 1 colorless and 1 blue. And it's got flash, so it can be played at any time. Whenever you cast a spell during an opponent's turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Brineborn Cutthroat. Okay. There's 3 of those. Next up we've got Cloudkin Seer, which is a 2/1 elemental wizard with flying for 2 colorless and 1 blue. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. Okay. Next up we've got a few Spectral Sailors. 1/1 Spirit Pirates for 1 blue with flying, with flash, not flying. And for, flash and flying. For 3 colorless and drawing and 1 blue, draw a card. Next up is Warden of Evo's Isle. 2/2 bird wizard with flying for 2 colorless and 1 blue. Creature spells with flying you cast cost 1 colorless less to cast. Okay. Next up is Celestial Messenger. A 3/2 bird spirit with flash and flying for 2 colorless and 2 blue. And it gets +1/+1 as long as you control a Yangling Planeswalker. Okay. That's followed up by Waterkin Shaman, which is a 2/1 elemental shaman for 1 colorless and 1 blue. Whenever a creature with flying enters the battlefield under your control, Waterkin Shaman gets +1/+1 until the end of turn. Okay. Alright. Next up, we got a few, a playset of Unsummon. Instant for 1 blue, return target creature card to its owner's hand. It's a classic blue control spell. Then we've got a few Winged Words. Sorcery for 2 colorless and 1 blue. Costs 1 colorless less to cast if you control a creature with flying, and it allows you to draw 2 cards. Okay, not bad. Alright, now we got that's mountains, or islands. Islands, 1. Pretty. 2. 3. And 4th and final one. Alrighty. And that's it for the Planeswalker decks for Quartet 2020. We'll be opening up, let's see, we'll be opening up we got a sealed box, and we've got a bundle to open up still. Probably get to those tomorrow. Anyway, that's it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you thought of the cards from these decks. Hit the bell icon if you know if I want to put new content. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal are in the description box down below. This is Rocco Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.